completed in the last session. I think the total orientation, or maybe the total Java programming language and its situation in outside, and its priority about these programming languages, all the content we understood there. Now today onwards, we have to start that introduction part in a Java programming language. Technically, we are going to start it. So before going to start Java programming language, first we have to understand Java history. Java history in the sense like what there. Why Java programming language was provided to the market. For what purpose the Java programming language was provided. That basic, that minimal responsibility, minimal information we are going to understand. And moreover, this is a responsibility for the Java developers to know the history or background story of Java programming language before going to start Java programming language. Right? All of you understand it clearly. Now tell me, what is the latest version of the Java? Java 21st version, for example. So initial version of the Java is what there? 1.0 version. When Java first version was provided to the market, and which year, now date is not required, and which year Java first version was introduced to the market? In 1996. Most of the people, they are thinking 1995. No, it's a misunderstanding only. Actually, the Java first version was provided to the market in 1996, January 27th. January 27th, 1996. All right, that is a year when the Java was introduced to the market. Understand it clearly. Okay, that is the first version of the Java that was introduced. But when work was started to prepare Java programming language, of course, Sun Microsystems has prepared Java programming language. The very first version was provided in 1996. It's okay. And the first version of Java was provided in 1996 in the sense, work for Java programming language was started before that 1996. Am I right or not? Before the 1996 only. But when it was started. Right. If you understand it, now try to observe carefully. In 1991, Sun Microsystems had a requirement to prepare a programming language or to prepare softwares or maybe to prepare softwares for the electronic consumer devices like cable TV switch boxes, remote controllers, and so on and so on and so on. Tell me, sir, what is the Sun Microsystems requirement in the year 1991? In the year 1991, Sun Microsystems had a requirement to prepare softwares for the electronic consumer devices like cable TV switch boxes, remote controllers, and so on. Understand it clearly. To prepare softwares for the electronic consumer devices, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. This is the root cause to prepare Java programming language to the market. Then now I'm saying that new programming language, no, that is not any other programming language, Java only. Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language to prepare the softwares for electronic consumer devices. What are these electronic devices actually? Cable TV switch boxes, and the next one is what they're remote controllers. So for such type of electronic devices, they want to prepare some softwares. To prepare that softwares, they want to prepare completely a new programming language. Got it? What I'm telling to you now. Fine. This is the main route for preparing this new programming language. That's it. Okay, then what setup they have provided to prepare this new programming language? To prepare new programming language, Sun Microsystems has gathered 30 engineers, led by James Gosling and Patrick Norton. Right, sir? All of you understand it clearly? To prepare this new programming language, Sun Microsystems has gathered 30 engineers, nearly 30 members team, 30 engineers as a team, led by James Gosling and Patrick Norton, and started a project Green. Started a project named Green project. Name of that project to prepare this new programming language. Sun Microsystems has started a project. The name of that project is what there? Green project. Understand it clearly. Is it? Up to now, just what information I have given there, just assume ourselves we are at 1991. Now Sun Microsystems had a requirement. They want to prepare softwares for the electronic consumer devices. Understand it now. Softwares for what they're electronic consumer devices. What are these electronic consumer devices? No, cable TV switch boxes and the remote controllers and so on. So further, they want to prepare a new programming language. To prepare a new programming language for these consumer devices, they gathered nearly 30 members team led by James Gosling and Patrick Norton and started a project named Green. Green is a project name. Part of the Green project only, Java programming language was provided by Sun Microsystems, prepared by Sun Microsystems. Clear? All of you are getting clarity up to now? Fine. After that, okay, fine. First of all, they want to have a plan. They want to have a paper plan, what features they want to include in their new programming language. What exactly the features they want to prepare part of this new programming language. First of all, they want to have some idea. Once they are getting idea, then they will start implementing new programming language. Right. Sun Microsystems wants to provide the following features in their new programming language. Just they want to implement, still not yet started work, just they want to implement to provide some features in their new programming language. What features they want to provide in their new programming language? See, one more point I'm telling there, these features are like when compared with, by comparing with the previous programming language at 1991. 1991, what programming languages are available? By comparing them only, they are providing these features. By the time in 1991, these features are advanced features. But at present, these features are might be somewhat older features, no? But in the 1991, when compared with existed programming languages, these features are what they're somewhat advanced features. That's why they want to include these features in their new programming language. All right, what exactly the features? They want to prepare a simple programming language. Understand it? In 1991, what programming languages are available actually? C programming language is available. Pascal is available. Understand it now? These many programming languages are available, but they're somewhat hard programming languages. They're heavy kind of programming languages. So by thinking about that programming languages, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a simple programming language. That's the first feature they want to have. And the second one is what there? Tight coded programming language. Tight coded programming language, not loose coded. Tight coded programming language. I'll explain each and every one. Don't worry for it. And the third one is what there? Architectural neutral programming language. Architectural neutral programming language. These three features they want to include mainly in their new programming language. The Sun Microsystems wants to provide, wants to include these three features in their new programming language. First one is what their simple programming language, and the second one is what their tight coded programming language, and the third one is what their architectural neutral programming language. Everybody understand it clearly. But what is the meaning of the simple programming language? What exactly the meaning of the simple programming language? how Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language as a simple programming language. Understand it clearly now. But here one point I want to give clarity, observe carefully. For example, a set of programming languages are available in outside. I feel some programming languages are very simple, and I feel some other programming languages are somewhat difficult, and some other programming languages are average. This is my personal opinion. If I ask you the same question, now tell me, select the simple programming languages from the list now. You may select some other programming languages are simple, some other programming languages are hard. But my opinion and your opinion may be different. Differences are going to be happen that you feel, but my opinion is different, maybe different. See, finally, what is the point I'm telling now? In outside, there is no standard criteria, there is no standardization to select or to measure a programming language is simple, a programming language is difficult. No, we don't have any standard criteria. Yes, sir, all of you get my point or not? There is no standard criteria for it. There is no standardization for it. We are not having any standard procedure to check whether a programming language is simple or difficult. I feel very hard while typing programs in a C programming language, but some other developer may feel happy while typing that C programs. No, I'm very much comfortable in Java, but some other person is not comfortable in Java. They're comfortable in what they're C. That is their personal opinion. This is my personal opinion. At the same time, in outside market, no standard procedure is available to check whether a programming language is a simple or difficult. But how can we decide this programming language is simple and this programming language is difficult? But how can we decide that? We don't have any particular procedure for it. But how can these people are saying that that programming language is simple? Why the title is simple? No, at present here, no. There I'm giving clarity. If you want to know the reasons why the programming language is simple, directly we have to ask to the programming language provider, programming language vendor. For example, C programming language vendor is available. One company has provided C programming language. If you go and talk with that C programming language vendor, how can you say that your programming language is simple? They may give some n number of reasons. Recognize that reasons and keep that reasons in your mind. While talking about C programming language, please, we need to recollect that reasons only. If you go with the C++ programming language vendor, go and ask with him. Then how can you say that your programming language is simple? He may give some other n reasons. That we have to remember while talking about what their C++ programming language now. Similarly, Java programming language is simple. Then go and ask our Java vendor. Who is that Java vendor? Sun Microsystems. Ask them, how can you say that our programming language is simple? Then they will give some other set of reasons. That we have to recognize while talking about Java, that we have to remember. That's it. In that way only we are going to categorize, we are going to understand how the programming language is simple and how the programming language is difficult. But no specific standard process to check or to compare whether the programming languages are simple or difficult. No company is taking that responsibility in outside. So in the same way, what is the point I'm telling there? Sun Microsystem is preparing this new programming language. So Sun Microsystems has to give reasons why that programming language is simple. If we recognize the Sun Microsystems reasons, if we understand the Sun Microsystems reason, they have given mainly 3 points to say that new programming language is simple. They have given 3 reasons why that new programming language is what their simple programming language. What are the 3 reasons that Sun Microsystems has given? If you observe this clearly, the very first reason is what their lesser execution time. The new programming language is going to take what their lesser execution time. That is the first reason they are given. And the second one is what their lesser memory. Second one is what their less memory. Third one, funny reason, understand it clearly, less power consumption. Less power consumption. Sir, what is the relation between power consumption and programming languages? As it is that what they have given actually, I'll explain clearly. I'll explain, don't worry for it. How less power consumption is going to be happen, I'll explain to you clearly, no need to worry for it. Okay. Now, first of all, understand it. It is a simple programming language. Simple. That means programming language in the sense 3 reasons that Sun Microsystems has given. What are the 3 reasons? No, they want to make their programming language, it will take less execution time. They want to make their new programming language, it must take less memory. They want to prepare their new programming language, it must take what their less power consumption. Let's have some elaborated information or try to understand it clearly. Say for example, listen carefully. One fine day, I'm watching football match in ESPN channel and TV set. Assume it. Okay, fine. All of a sudden, my friend made a call to me. Casually asked to me, then what you are doing now? I replied to him, just I'm watching one football match there. Immediately, he said to me, "Are a fool, why you are watching that football match now? Entire world is watching a cricket match in other channel, in a Star Sports 1 channel, that cricket match is going on. That match is going on in between India and Pakistan. Where Pakistan were batted already 321 runs already they got. Now Indians are taking the batting and almost all they are completing their innings also. They are about to complete their innings. So last over is remaining. In last over 21 runs required for India. Kohli has another side batting. And then who is that another player here? Right, might be some bowler. Last Siraj is at what there? Another crease. This is the status of the match. Why you are watching that football match unnecessarily? That cricket match is going on, coach. Last over is remaining. 21 runs are required. Kohli is at crease and some other person, Siraj at what there? Another side crease. Then my friend has given this information. When you got this type of information, immediately what we are going to do? Then immediately you are showing interest towards that cricket match or not? To watch that cricket match, you are going to get some crazy or not? Then immediately, as part of that, I've taken remote controller. Now the present channel which is running on my TV set is what there? 72. On 84th channel, that cricket match is going on. That I know. I've taken remote controller. I clicked on 8 to 4 number on my remote controller. I clicked on what there? 8 to 4 number on my remote controller. Observe carefully. But unfortunately, what happened? The moment when I clicked on 84 number on my remote controller, immediately the channel was not changed. It has taken some time. After a few minutes of time, the channel was changed. The moment when channel is switched, where if you observe the status of the cricket match, where what happened there, that man of the match presentation is going on. Kohli is taking that man of the match trophy. Then I lost my interest. I thought of it, I want to watch that cricket match. But on right time, I have taken my remote controller, I typed that, I clicked on that respective channel number. Unfortunately, what happened there? The moment when it changed, the time it has, the channel changing may take a lot of time here in my system. That's why, because of that reason, I lost that cricket match. Even that I lost that last over of that cricket match. And finally, when I open the channel, when the channel is switched, the status of the cricket match is what there? Man of the match presentation. Check it. Where is the problem? Yeah, guys, all of you are getting my point, what I'm telling you. Then where is the problem actually? Is the problem is with me watching that football match? Is the problem with my friend giving late intimation? Is the problem with my TV set? Is the problem with my remote controller? Yes, the problem is with what there? A remote controller. Why, sir? Why the problem with remote controller actually? In the remote controller, there is a software. Definitely, in every hardware machine, in every electronic device, definitely some software components are available. In my remote controller, there is a software system. When I type 8 to 4 number on my remote controller, inside this remote controller, the software program must execute immediately. But unfortunately, the software program has taken a lot of time to execute its functionality, channel change functionality. Because of that delay execution, because of that more execution time, that the functionality was delayed. Functionality is what they're changing the channel is delayed. Because of the delay, I lost my interest. I lost my what there? That interest. That means cricket match I lost. So where is the problem actually? In the remote controller. It's a slow functionality is a problem. The software which is embedded inside the remote controller is executing slowly. Takes a lot of execution time. Because of that lot of execution time, that overall functionality is delayed. When overall functionality is delayed, performance of the remote controller will be down. When the performance of the remote controller is down, is there any chance for me to buy again the same remote controller? Definitely. If customer is not satisfied, is there any chance for it to take once again the same remote controller? Not at all. Not at all possible. So because of this particular reason, nobody will take this particular remote controller. Because of these reasons, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare their new programming language. That new programming language must take what execution time? Less execution time. The software, if we prepare by using the new programming language, that software must be executed on a quick manner. That software must take less execution time. Understand clearly. If the software is taking less execution time, automatically performance of the end product will be increased or not? Automatically performance of the end product will be increased or not? Then less execution time yields more performance. Understand it clearly. More performance. Less execution time in the sense like what there? More performance for the end product. More performance of the end product. That's it. This is exactly the requirement of like what there? Less execution time now. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? More performance of the end product. That's it. All right, sir. Next one is less memory. Listen carefully. One more small example I'm telling you. Try to understand it now. So at present, I'm using some laptop for the sake of these classes. I thought my laptop is somewhat older one. I want to change my laptop. I want to buy a new laptop. So what I will do, I'll go to the computer shop. That so many shops are available at Amirpet. I have to go for the computer shop. There I have to go there. As a first step, what I'm going to do there the shop representative is available there. Then he'll come to me, he'll ask to me, then what I have to do there. Then immediately I have to reply to him. I want to take a computer, new laptop I want to take. Give some quotations to me. In general, that shop representative, they might be asked to us, tell me for what purpose you want to take this laptop. Then I said to him, just for the sake of normal programming purpose only, not for the sake of gaming, not for the sake of any other one, just programming point of view, Java application development. That is my intention. So just can you please give quotation for it? Then he has taken that quotation paper, then he has started writing all the quotations now. Everything he has written, the total quotations here he has given. Finally, what I have to there, the total cost of the laptop is what? Lenovo piece only, not any other piece, no? Then the total cost is what there? 50,000. 50,000 is the total cost for my laptop. There, in that laptop, there, I observed it clearly. Memory, RAM memory, how much I have taken there? They have included only 8 GB RAM. And I think in general, 8 GB RAM will come along with our laptops. Maybe some other laptops with only 4 GB RAM. But again, here we are remodeled it. So we are going to increase that memory. 8 GB RAM might be, they have included. But of course, for our practice purpose, 8 GB RAM is more than sufficient. No need to increase the RAM, that is maximum sufficient. Not to worry for it. So similarly, 8 GB RAM, they have included there. But my situation is different here. For teaching point of view, my situation is different. 8 GB RAM is sufficient to work out our examples here. But in some situations, what I have to do there, parallelly, I have to run this GoToWebinar software. I have to run some database software. I have to run some WebLogic kind of servers there. And some situations I have to run might be some IntelliJ IDE or maybe Eclipse IDE, something else. All together at a time I have to run. Still, 8 GB RAM is sufficient to run our program there, but a bit delay outputs we are able to get. Somewhat delayed outputs here I'm able to get. Are able to follow or not? So I thought of it for teaching point of view. For teaching point of view, I feel 16 GB RAM is somewhat better when compared with the 8 GB RAM. For teaching point of view, I should not be delayed, right? Inside my classes now. Time is very, very important. And quick installations are required. Not only that, quick executions are required. Somewhat speed I required in the processing point of view. Why? Because see, if I provide everything is delay, automatically the time consumption is going to be increased. That is not good thing for our classes now. That's why I requested the shopkeeper. What I requested him, then instead of 8 GB RAM, then try to make it 16 GB RAM now. Yeah, he said to me, okay, sir, no problem. Then I'll make it 16 GB RAM. when he made that 16 GB RAM, when he had corrected that memory, RAM memory, 8 GB to 16 GB, immediately what he has done there, in the total cost of the laptop also he changed it. How much he changed there? Previously it was nearly 50,000. Previously it was 50,000. Because of that increasing RAM, 8 GB more, then he changed that total laptop cost is what there, 50,000 to 55,000. 5,000 extra he charged. Extra 8 GB RAM I included there, extra 5,000 he charged. Understand it clearly. So what's the meaning of it now? When memory is increased, automatically laptop cost is increased. Here the point what we have to recognize, memory components are costful. Yes, sir. Am I right or not? Memory components are what they're costful. Memory components are costful. What is the meaning of this costful? More cost. Memory components are what they're costful, in the sense like what they're more cost, more cost. When memory is increased, automatically cost of the end product is going to be increased. Say for example, remote controller is the end product. Inside this remote controller, software must be executed. That to execute the software program, some memory is required definitely. If it takes less memory, cost of this remote controller will be reduced. If the more memory is required inside this remote controller, more memory components if we include there, automatically cost of the remote controller will be increased. When the cost is increased, where is a chance for the customers to attract for this product and to take this product? No, definitely they are not going to take this product or not if unnecessary cost is going on. Understand my point clearly now? So by having this kind of thought, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. Its applications must to take less memory. The programming language, new programming language has to take what there? Less memory. If it is less memory, less cost for the end product. Less cost for the end product. Understand my point here now? More performance for the end product when less execution time. When it is less memory, less cost for the end product. Understand my point here now? All right, sir. It's okay, fine. Then what is the last one? Can now tell me? Less power consumption. Guys, all of you are following the points now? It's not too much technical. On first day itself, we are not discussing about any rocket science. Simple, minimal information only. My total concept is what there, how and why and how Sun Microsystems has provided new programming language, how Java was released by Sun Microsystems, what their intention of releasing this Java programming language. That information I'm telling there. It's a minimum responsibility for you to understand the Java background story at least one time throughout your life. That day is today only. That we have to understand. Tomorrow onwards, we will never talk about this all this story. Today only we are going to complete it. Tomorrow onwards, completely we are going to put focus on what are the technical concepts only. Put more concentration, what I'm telling you. All right, sir. Now let's move on to what are the less power consumption. Listen, all of you listen carefully. I'll ask some general knowledge question or try to answer for it now. For example, I'm taking this class now. Definitely by 6:30 or maybe by 7:30, I'm going to finish this class. 7:50, 7:20, 7:30, depending on the topic, I'm going to finish the class. When I complete the class, when I said to you, yes, today class is completed, what is the next moment? Immediately, what you are going to do? Just you have to take, then we'll come out, we'll stand up and we'll move out or not. We'll move outside or not. You are the person, now you are sitting here inside the class. You're watching this class. When I complete this class, immediately what you are doing there, just you are standing and you are moving outside. You are walking outside. Am I right or not? But how we are doing that activity now, tell me. How you do that walk? How we are standing and how we are walking outside? Who has given that information? Have I given any information like just now you can move out like that? Have I given any information? Just I said to you, just my class is over, that's it. I never said, just please move outside of the class now. Just I completed the class. Automatically we are going to take walk or not? How we got that information? How we got that notification? Right. When I said to you, my class is over, your brain has recognized my statement or not? That brain has mapped that point. Immediately the brain has given information to your legs and hands or not? As class is over, it's a time-waste process to sit even after the class, no? Immediately your brain has given information to your legs, no? Now take movement and go outside. Answer my point or not? Now tell me, in this overall process, who is doing that physical walking? No, your legs. Am I right or not? Physical walk done by your legs and hands. But who has given that instruction to your legs and hands? No, brain has given that information. So remember it, brain is a software. Your legs and hands are what their physical components, in the sense of hardware. So even in you also, software and hardware, two components are available. Software is what there? Your brain. Hardware is what there? Your peripherals. Like what there? Your hands and your legs. Then physical activity with what elements you are doing there. They're what there? All the hardware components. Yes, I got or not? Similarly, in every electronic component, two components are available. Two parts are available inside this. One is a software, another one is what there? Hardware. Remember this. But how much the software is available, how much hardware is available, that depends on the electronic device. But in every electronic device, two components are available, software and hardware. For example, in this electronic device, if I click on red color button, what's the meaning of it? No, switch off the projector. Am I right or not? If I click on this red color button, what's going on internally? Software will catch the user intention. When I click on this red color button, event will be raised. Software component will listen that event. Okay, now user wants to switch off the projector. It will understand it. Immediately, it will give an intimation to the hardware component. User wants to shut down this total projector, then do that work. Software will assign that work to what their hardware component. Now hardware component will do physically. What it will do physically? Switch off the projector. Everything it will shut down about the projector. That's it. See, now tell me, here there should be a communication between software component and hardware components or not? Communication is mandatory or not? Interaction is mandatory or not between software component and hardware component inside the remote controller? Definitely that communication is required. That interaction is required. Please all of you recognize this point here itself now. If a software component is interacted with the hardware components more interaction, if we do that, more energy consumption is going to be happen. To perform any physical activity, energy is required or not? Energy source is required or not? So if the software is interacted more with the hardware, automatically energy consumption is going to be more or not? Automatically energy consumption is going to be more or not? Everybody understand my point clearly now? If software is more interacted with the hardware, energy consumption will be more. If software is less interacted with the hardware components, no, less energy consumption is going to be happen. Energy consumption more or less is totally dependent on the how much the software components are interacted with what their hardware components. So following or not? Answer my point or not? All right, sir. Energy consumption more, for example, what is going to be happen? Battery drain up fast. If more energy consumption is going to be happen, energy source lifetime will be reduced. Less energy consumption is going on, energy source lifetime will be increased. So energy source is what? Their battery. In the remote controller, what we are going to provide there? Batteries we are going to provide. If energy consumption is more, automatically battery lifetime will be reduced. If energy consumption is lesser, battery lifetime will be increased. Yes, sir, got my point or not? So here, power consumption in the sense what there? Energy consumption. By having this kind of thought, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It consumes energy less. It consumes less energy. It has to take less power consumption. If it is less power consumption, automatically the battery lifetime is going to be increased. If it takes more energy consumption, battery lifetime will be reduced. When battery lifetime is more, automatically in the less time we have to change the battery or not? In every 3 months of time we have to change the battery or not? But previously we changed that battery for every 6 months of time. But because of more energy consumption, the battery maintenance, that means the battery change must be happen for every 3 months of time or not? Instead of 6 months of time, for every 3 months of time, if we change the battery, automatically maintenance cost of this end product will be increased or not? Taking the product is only one-time investment, but every month we have to bear this product. Every month we have to go for what their maintenance. Every 3 months of time we have to go for what their maintenance care. That maintenance cost is also one of the important thing. If the maintenance cost is less, more number of customers will be attracted. If the maintenance cost is more, less number of customers are going to be attracted. Understand my point here? By having this kind of thinking, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It has to take less power consumption. If it is in less power consumption, automatically lesser maintenance cost for the end product. Understand my point here? Lesser maintenance cost for what their end product. Is it? All of you understand it? Why Sun Microsystems has taken these three features part of the simple programming language? But these reasons exactly provided by whom? Sun Microsystems about Java. Similarly, if you ask to the C programming language vendor, however C programming language is simple, they might be given some other reasons. They may give some other reasons. But these reasons are provided by Sun Microsystems about what their Java programming language. Is it? All of you are getting clarity or not? Now tell me, sir. All of you now tell me. Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. Then they want to include what features in their new programming language? Three features mainly. What are the three features? No, simple programming language, tight coded, architectural, neutral. What features they want to include inside the simple programming language? Again, three features. What are the three factors? No, less execution time. Next one is what there? Less memory. Next one is what there? Less power consumption. What is the advantage of this less execution time? More performance for the end product. What is the advantage of less memory? Less cost for the end product. What is the advantage of less power consumption? Lesser maintenance cost for the end product. Is that all of you are getting it or not? That's okay, fine. Now tell me, what is the second feature now? What is the second feature here? Now tell me. Tight coded. Observe carefully. This also be very simple. Now try to understand it clearly. Tight coded. Tight coded. That's it. Observe carefully, all of you know. I think in our academics might be in our BTech first year maybe, or in our maybe MCA first year, there is a subject like what? Data structures. Are you aware about it? No? There is a subject like what? Data structures. What is the famous data structure we used to hard in outside? No. Then what are the various data structures you learned already? The one famous data structure is what? There stack. Am I right? Stack. Are you aware about it? No. Nothing, sir. Stack is like a cover, a bag, carriage bag. Insert the elements, retrieving the elements. First element is at bottom. Next element is at the top of the first element. Like this. Latest element, last element is at first position. Got my point or not? Last in, first out. Last in, first out. LIFO is the algorithm which is going on inside the stack. Recollect it? Stack. Stack is one of the data structure. Say for example, in C programming language, if you want to perform all the stack operations by using C programming language, now tell me first of all, what operations are available in the stack? By using stack, what operations we are going to perform? We are going to insert an element or not? That operation is nothing but what they're actually push operation. That is what they're push. Next one is what there after this push operation, I want to retrieve and remove. What operation is no? Pop operation. I want to know what is the top of the element. That operation is what there? Peak. Sir, got it or not? All right, understand it no? In a C programming language, to perform push operation, what operation there? Push operation. How many lines of code here we are going to provide? Hardly 20 lines of code. And an average 20 lines of code. To perform pop operation again, how many lines of code here we are going to perform there? Right, again, 20 lines of code here we are going to take. To perform peak operations, how many lines of code here we are going to take? No, 20 lines of code we are going to take. Yes, sir? Got it? What I'm telling you, to perform stack operations, push 20 lines of code, pop like 20 lines of code again, and peak again like how many lines of code here? 20 lines of code here. Total, how many lines of code here we are going to consume to perform all the stack operations? No, 60 lines of code there we are going to consume. This is a situation for what there? C programming language. Everybody put more concentration. If you take Java, for example, in Java, if you want to perform the same stack operations, what we are going to do there, all of you understand it clearly. In Java, stack is a predefined class. In that predefined class, predefined methods are available. If you want to perform stack operations in Java, create an object for stack class. Stack S is equal to new stack, object we created. After that, if you want to perform push operation, S dot push of AAA, that's finished. Push operation is completed. Finished. Push operation is completed. S dot pop, yes, pop operation is going to be completed. S dot peak, yes, peak operation is going to be completed. Now tell me, in the case of Java, total, how many lines of code here we consumed here inside this? If you understand it, just 4 lines of code. Understand it now? In C programming language, how many lines of code? No, 60 lines of code. But in the case of Java, how many lines of code? No, 4 lines of code. Now tell me, in which programming language number of lines are very less? In which programming language lines of code is very less? Java programming language. In which programming language number of instructions are more? In C programming language. Got it or not? Now please remember the statement here. What I am giving to you, tight coded. If we come for this particular factor, answer is very clear. Try to understand it. No. If any programming language takes more instructions to perform a particular action, if any programming language takes more number of instructions to perform a particular action, then that programming language is called loose coded programming language. Yes, sir. What type of programming language it is? No, loose coded programming language. What is it now? Tell me. If any programming language takes more instructions to perform a particular action, then that programming language is called what there? Loose coded programming language. Examples for this loose coded programming language is what there? C programming language there we can understand clearly. Similarly, what is this tight coded programming language? If we take this point here, answer is very clear. If any programming language take less instructions, less number of code, less instructions in the sense more predefined library. If predefined library is less, more number of instructions developers have to write. If more predefined library is available, less number of instructions developers have to write. If less library is available, more predefined, more number of instructions the developers have to write. So if any programming language takes less number of instructions to perform a particular action, then that particular programming language is called tight coded programming language. The programming language is what there? Tight coded programming language. What is the best example for tight coded programming language? Java is the best example. Java is what there? Best example for what there? Tight coded programming language. Is it? All of you are getting clarity on this point or not? So overall, loose coded programming language and tight coded programming language. Now tell me, which one is the best one there? Which one is suggestible? Is that loose coded or tight coded? Definitely tight coded programming language is suggestible for our application development. Because of this reason, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It should be what there? Tight coded programming language. Why I'm taking the comparison like between C and Java now? At the time of preparing Java programming language, the famous programming language is what there? C programming language. With the C programming language for these stack operations, nearly 6 lines of code here we have to write. That Java developer, that Java providers wants to simplify that. That Sun Microsystems wants to simplify. That's why they want to prepare a new programming language. It must take less number of instructions. The new programming language must take what there? Less number of instructions. That is the reason why that Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It should be like what there? Tight coded programming language. Is that clear? All of you are getting clarity on this? No? Right, sir. Leave this point here. For the sake of your reference, I'm including even this comparison also. Just for the sake of your reference, just I'm including this comparison here. Now try to understand it clearly. Leave this one after completion of this point here. What is the third factor, sir? Now tell me. Overall, 3 factors that Sun Microsystems wants to include in their new programming language. What are the 3 things they want to include? Now tell me. First one is what there? Simple programming language. Second one is what there? Tight coded. Third one is what there? Architectural neutral programming language. Architectural neutral programming language. What is this? Architectural neutral programming language. What you are understanding there now? For example, all of you observe carefully. Listen, one simple example. I'm taking the Java classes here, for example. By the way, I want to ask one question to you. Try to answer for it. How many of you are coming from computer science background? Please raise your hands. BTech computer science, or maybe MCA. Hardly, nearly a few members, half of the members. Okay, fine. Remaining members are from what there? Non-computer science background. Okay, in this less members, it's okay. The comparison 50-50 is available. But in general, when I ask the same question, all my remaining batches, no, just think of it. Only 20 to 25% of the people are coming from computer science. Remaining 70 to 75% of the people are coming from what there? Non-computer science. Not only in my classes. In software industry, if you observe this, how many developers are coming from computer science background directly? Only 20 to 25% of the people are coming from software background. That means IT background, computer science background. Remaining 70 to 75% of the people are coming from what there? Non-computer science background only. Got it? What I'm telling you now. Clear cut analysis. Okay. See, if companies don't want to allow non-computer science students there in their companies, no, 75% of the companies have to be closed in India. Understand it clear now. Software industry is an open platform for every graduate. I think you're not believing that. Nowadays, companies are taking even BSc people more. When compared with the BTech people, then companies are taking more number of people from what their BSc background. Just if you have knowledge on computer, just what is computer, if you know, that's enough. Then they will give training and they are able to take the people. Understand it clear? At least if you know Java or such kind of programming languages, it will be added advantage. Just ratio I'm telling there now. Okay. You may have one question in your mind previously, might be. What is that question there in your mind? No, am I eligible for software industry or not? Sir, myself, I'm coming from civil background. Am I eligible for software industry or not? This question I used to get frequently. But clearly, I'm telling now, software industry is not having any specification on any qualification kind of thing. As a private sector completely, in this private sector, anything is possible. If you have skills, definitely that software companies are going to take. If they have any restrictions in the job description, they will provide that. The clear-cut restrictions there. But as per my knowledge, at present the situation is what there. If you are the graduate, that's sufficient. If you are graduate, that's sufficient to enter into the software industry. They're not believing that. MCA, not MCA, I think MSc chemistry people, MSc physics people are getting jobs in outside, in software industry. Understand my point here now? Right, so now some biology people are teaching Java in Amirpet. Do you know that? My qualification is very clear. MTech, discontinued PhD, it's okay. PhD discontinuation, but MTech, I completed there. MTech is also in what there? Information technology. BTech IT and MTech is also IT. My qualification is very much clear. Okay, just I'm not criticizing anybody else, no, but that is their talent. Their background is biology, but they're teaching Java at present. Why I'm telling this point here, just I'm increasing confidence level to you. Just I'm saying that confidence. So that biology person is teaching Java, but even if you are coming from some BSc or maybe some other background, what is the problem for you to get job in software companies? No? Why don't you get jobs inside the software company? If biology people are settled in this area, but what is the problem with you? You are at least the technical, somewhat related to software industry, but why we are thinking too much about it? Understand it here? So it is possible, but only the thing is what there, you must have technical skills. If you are skillful, definitely will have an opportunity. We'll have number of opportunities in the software industry. But at present, the season is a bit dry. But don't think about the same season is going to be continued. In the few months of time, definitely it will come back. In the few months of time, again, movement will come there in the software industry. Once movement is started there, huge recruitments are going to be happen. In the dry season, in every company, only layoffs are going on. But once a moment is coming there, in every company, in the same range, recruitments are coming. By the time, you should be ready. Meanwhile, we have to improve your technical skills. If you're ready by the time, automatically, you'll get opportunity in the easiest manner. Understand it here? In the just oral interview they will take, no, then directly they are going to select when the day is coming. But we have to wait for that particular day. So dry season is going on, try to improve your technical skills. That's it. That only the simple suggestion what I'm able to say now. Okay. And moreover, at the same time, at present the market is going on with the full stack Java developers. Then better today or tomorrow, whatever it may be, at the end of the day, you should be a full stack Java developer. There is a demand for full stack Java developers only. Sir, I want to know only core and advanced Java. Is it possible for me to get job in outside? Straightly, I'm telling there, it's a bit difficult. If myself is full stack Java developer, definitely we have more number of chances are available to get job. Understand here? Nowadays, every person is trying to make it themselves, their self was what their full stack Java developers only. So without having any second thought, try to make yourself as what their full stack Java developer. That may be today or tomorrow, whatever it may be. The moment when we enter into the software company, you should be skillful. Means that you should be a full stack Java developer. You are able to handle the project right from top to bottom. End-to-end project you are able to do if you are the full stack Java developer. Okay, right, sir. I'm not giving any pampering for it, no, but understand the point, what I'm telling you. Leave it now. Now let's move on to the punch. My example is different backgrounds. All people are coming from different backgrounds. That's fine. Nice. For example, just before the demo class, if I put a board in outside, what is that board there? Only computer science students are eligible to attend my Java classes. If I put a board in outside, how many members will come to my class? No, less members or more members? No, definitely less members. Less members. Understand my point here? When my services are required for less members, automatically less demand is available for me or not? If my services are available to more members, automatically more demand will come to me or not? Think a minute about it. For example, if I put a board in outside, any graduate can attend my class. If I put that board here, how many members will come to my classes? No, definitely more members will come. Definitely more members are able to attend my class there. When more members are attending now, automatically my demand will be more or not? When less members are attended there, less demand is going to be happen. Understand it clearly now. So here the point is what? If my services are required for more members, more demand will come for my classes. If my services are required for less members, less demand is going on for my classes. Similarly, if a programming language is bounded with only some hardware components, some hardware systems, if a programming language is bounded with only some of the hardware components, hardware systems, then the programming language is what there? Hardware dependent, then its demand is what? Very less. If a programming language is available with every hardware component in every hardware system, automatically that demand will be increased for the programming language more or not? That's my point here now. By having this kind of thinking, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare their programming language. It should be like what? Their architectural neutral programming language. What is the meaning of this architectural neutral programming language? Observe carefully. If any programming language dependent on if any programming language allows its applications, or else not like this. If any programming language dependent on a particular hardware system, then that programming language is called hardware dependent programming language. Hardware dependent programming language. Right, sir. Best example is C programming language. It's dependent on the hardware. Platform dependent, hardware dependent. All right. Next one is, observe carefully. If any programming language is independent of the hardware system, then that programming language is called hardware independent programming language or architectural architectural neutral programming languages. That programming language is what there? Architectural neutral programming language. I'll understand it clearly. So actually our point is what there? Architectural neutral. What's the meaning of this architectural neutral? It should be independent of the hardware system. If it is bounded with a particular hardware system, it will be available for only a set of users. If it is independent of the hardware systems, no, that programming language is available in more areas. Whenever its availability is more, automatically more demand will come. Whenever its availability is very less demand will come. By having this kind of thought, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It should not be bounded with a particular hardware system. It must be available to every hardware system. You are not aware about it. At present, nearly 3 billion devices runs Java, different types of devices. 3 billion types of devices runs Java. Like mobile phones onwards, maybe computers onwards, maybe parking systems onwards, like signaling systems onwards, like different devices now. Almost 3 billion types of devices are using Java at present. That is the scope of the Java. Yes, sir? All of you get my point or not? This is the scope of the Java. So because of that reason only, Java is having very good demand in outside. Whatever it may be, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare their programming language. It should be like what there? Architectural neutral. It should not bound with any particular hardware system. It must be available to all the hardware systems. Why? Because its range will be more. If its range is more demand is going to be happen. Understand it? What I'm telling you now. That's it. It's okay, fine. These are overall 3 factors that Sun Microsystems wants to include in their new programming language. Please remember it. Still the work was not started. Just it is a paper plan. Just they are thinking they want to include these features in their new programming language. Clear. After completion of these 3 features in their new programming language, what next one they provided there? Sun Microsystems started to prepare new programming language in the year 1991, and Sun Microsystems has completed the new programming language at the end of 1992 December. End of 1992 in the sense December month only. Completed. Nearly 2 years of time they have taken to prepare this total new programming language. Starting point of the 1991 and up to end of what there 1992, nearly 2 years of time, 30 members team worked together and finally they completed their new programming language. That's it. New programming language is ready at the end of the 1992. When new programming language was provided by Sun Microsystems, what is the next step there? They want to give a name for this new programming language. Sun Microsystems wants to give a name for the new programming language. Now Sun Microsystems is getting suggestions from all the engineers of the Sun Microsystems. Got my point or not? Right. Now, James Gosling, you know already who is this person actually. James Gosling has suggested a name Vogue initially for the new programming language. But Sun Microsystems has rejected the name Vogue. Why? Because Sun Microsystems has rejected the name Vogue. Why? Because Sun Microsystems found that the name Vogue is already an existing programming language name in 1991. Previously, there is a programming language. Its name is what there. There was a programming language its name is what there. Vogue. Already it was existed there. Then why we are going to give the same name for our new programming language? But why Sun Microsystems has given this name to the new programming language? Why has given that suggestion? No. All right. James Gosling always likes to see oak tree through his cabin window at Sun Microsystems. So James Gosling has suggested the name Vogue initially for the new programming language. But Sun Microsystems has rejected the name Vogue. Why? Because Sun Microsystems found that the name Vogue is already an existing programming language name. Yes, sir? All of you are getting my point here? Why James Gosling has given that suggestion there? He liked to see a particular tree through his cabin window at Sun Microsystems. The name of the tree is what there Vogue. That's why he has given that suggestion to the Sun Microsystems. But of course, Sun Microsystems has not accepted that particular name. Got it? What I'm telling to you? All of you are getting clarity on this? Okay, leave this particular point here. The next one is what? After this, listen carefully. All of you understand it clearly now. Next one. Meanwhile, every developer is searching for a name for the new programming language. While preparing new programming language, listen carefully. Why the name Java is coming, I'm giving that reveal. I'm revealing that point here. While preparing new programming language, all Sun engineers were used to take a brand labeled coffee named Java. Is it getting my point clearly? While preparing new programming language, all Sun engineers are used to take a brand labeled coffee named what there? Java. Coffee or tea, just leave it. Something else, some drink. Used to take the name is what there? Java. So all Sun engineers have given a suggestion to the Sun Microsystems, or maybe all Sun engineers have suggested the name Java. Suggested a name Java to the new programming language. Sun Microsystems has accepted that name and announced the name Java to their new programming language. That's it. Right, sir? That is the background story of like what the name Java. That's it. Otherwise, we are not having any other intention. Just it is a coffee powder name. That's it. Java is what there? A coffee powder name, or tea powder name, or coffee powder name. That's it. Unfortunately, that Sun Microsystems has used the same coffee powder as part of their cafeteria. As part of their canteen, they have used the same coffee powder. Unfortunately, all the Sun engineers they are used to take the same coffee while preparing this new programming language. By that intentionally, they are giving this suggestion about this new programming language. Finally, Sun Microsystems has accepted that, and Sun Microsystems has announced that the name for new programming language is what there? Java programming language. If you want to talk more about the Java programming language, what is going on here? Java is one of the place name in Indonesia. In Indonesia, Java is a place name actually. That place, with the place name only, that coffee powder was provided to the market. That place is famous for coffee trees. That place is famous for what their coffee trees. Might be then coffee powder was released to the market with the land name, with the place name only. As per that only, Java coffee powder was used by Sun Microsystems cafeteria. As part of that only, what happened there? All Sun engineers, they used to take the same coffee, and they thought of it, they want to give the same name for the new programming language. That's why we are getting the name is like what there? Java, like what there? Like a programming language. Understand here? If you observe the symbol for the Java, same coffee cup and saucer and flames symbol for Java, that we can identify because of this reason only. Java beans is a topic there. That coffee beans symbols are going to be available. All this, the notations with respect to what there? Java and coffee or tea or something else. Understand it here? That's a simple analysis why the name is coming there now. But in outside, I'm telling to you, people are giving their own abbreviations for the name JAVA. Don't go for that abbreviations. If you open the document, if you check for the abbreviations for Java, no Sun Microsystems has given, no company has given abbreviation for it. Sun Microsystems has not given any abbreviation for JAVA. JAVA is the coffee powder name. That's it. There are no abbreviations for JAVA. Remember it. This is a rumor in outside. People, they are giving their own definitions for JAVA. Unfortunate thing is what there. Some interviewers are asking this question. This is a total unfortunate. That interviews are fake interviews. They are not Java interviews. They don't know anything about Java. They're not Java interviewers. They're the fake interviews. Namesake, they're asking questions. They're looking for the questions on internet and they're asking that questions. They're the totally fake interviewers. Don't bend for them. Understand it clearly now. So no abbreviations for JAVA. It's a coffee powder name. They like very much about that coffee. That's why they are giving that name for the new programming language. That's it. No separate history for it. This is only the history. Clear? Fine, sir. Okay, sir. Good. Programming language was provided. They are given a new name for this new programming language and everything is okay, fine. After that, what that Sun Microsystems has done there, listen carefully. Sun Microsystems has prepared a new product. Sun Microsystems has prepared the very first product on the basis of the Java programming language. On the basis of the Java programming language. All right, sir. That is, what is that product actually? Star 7. That is what there, Star 7. It is a remote controller. It is what there, a remote controller. It was a failure product. It was a failure product. Sun Microsystems has waited nearly 1.5 years of time to find the customers, for the Star 7 product. To find the customers for the Star 7 product. Yes, sir. All of you understand this clearly? What happened there? No. Sun Microsystems has waited nearly 1.5 years of time to found the customers for what there? Star 7, but no customer is identified for it. At the end of 1992, programming language was provided. First product was designed here. Then 1.5 years of time, almost all. Total 1993 washed out. Half of the 1994. They waited to find a customer for the Star 7 product, but no customer is identified for this particular product. Now we are at which year now? Tell me. I'm not asking about current year, 2024. It is okay, fine. As per the story, as per the history, where we are now. Already at 1992, programming language was provided. First product was provided. 1.5 years after they waited to find customer, but no customer is identified. Exactly now. What is the moment now? What is the time now? What is the year here now? Mid of 1994. Yes, sir. Now we are at mid of 1994. Understand it clearly. All right, sir. Observe carefully. In the mid of 1994, there was a boom for the www as part of the internet. Yes, sir. Am I right or not? In outside world, internet era was started getting boom in the 1994 year. When it comes to India, it was at 2001. On that year only, that internet era was started in India. But in outside of India, internet era was started in where? Of course, in 1980s only it was started there, but boom was there, and which year? No, 1994 onwards. This is a starting point. In the mid of 1994, there was a boom for what there? www as part of internet. The key component in www is browser. Yes, without browser, how can we open the www? No. Browser is mandatory or not? So there is a very good boom for what there? Browsers. There is a demand for browsers. Answer my point, Ken. The key component in www is what there? Browser. Observe carefully. In the mid of 1994, there was a browser, Mosaic. There was a browser name is what there? Mosaic, comma. There was a browser Mosaic which was provided by Mark Anderson. Yeah, Mark Anderson. He has provided that particular browser, Mosaic browser. He was UG student. He was what there? UG student, undergraduate student, and who prepared Mosaic browser as part of his project work or internship. As part of his internship, he prepared that Mosaic browser. Understand here? Further storage available but not required here. To prepare this Mosaic browser, who took nearly $6.25 per hour as a stipend. In the project work, he took some stipend there, $6.25 per hour. He came from Illinois University, Chicago. He came from what there? Illinois University. Understand it clearly. So that story is available, but it is not required for us to know. But the point is what there? That person was prepared that Mosaic browser. That was the browser in the mid of 1994. That's it. Then by seeing the demand for browsers, what Sun Microsystems thought there, they want to prepare a new browser behalf of Sun Microsystems. Observe carefully. By seeing the demand for the browsers, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new browser. That responsibility was taken by Patrick Norton and Jonathan Payne. Two members have taken responsibility of preparing what their new browser. By seeing the demand for browsers, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new browser. That responsibility was taken by Patrick Norton and James and Jonathan Payne. They are the two members in the team. They have taken the responsibility of preparing what there, that new browser. Right, sir? Then finally, what happened there? Observe carefully. At the end of 1995 December, Sun Microsystems has provided a browser named as Art Java. The name of that browser is what there? Art Java. This is a misunderstanding in outside. By seeing the name Hard Java, people are thinking about it. In 1995 December month, that browser was provided. No, sorry, not browser. Java was provided in the year of 1995. People are saying this one, but this is not correct. This is what their Hard Java browser was provided by Sun Microsystems. Of course, it was designed on the top of Java only. That browser was designed on the top of what there? Java only. At the end of 1995 December month, Sun Microsystems has provided a browser named as what there? Hard Java. It was designed on the basis of the Java programming language only. On the basis of the Java programming language. Everybody understand it clearly. That was provided here in the year of 1995. At the end of 1995 December month, the Art Java browser was provided. All right, sir. Good. The moment when this Art Java browser was provided, it's a successful product. Everybody's there thinking about Art Java browser only. Everybody they're talking about Art Java browser only. Then everybody they want to take that Art Java browser. It is a successful product. As per the demand for this Java programming language, then people are talking about Java programming language. There is a programming language at Sun Microsystems. That programming language simplifies everything in the application development. They prepared that Art Java browser. It is very good product. On the basis of Java they provided. Then they're having this kind of thinking about the Java. Right. As per the demand for Java programming language, Sun Microsystems wants to release Java programming language, or else maybe Sun Microsystems has released Java programming language in the year 1996 January month. Of course, date is not required here. 27th or 23rd might be that. I didn't remember it. In the year 1996 January month, Sun Microsystems has provided the very first version of the Java. Sun Microsystems has released the very first version of the Java in the year 1996 January month. From that particular month onwards, that particular 1996 onwards, every year or every 2 years once or 3 years once, 5 years once, a new version of the Java was provided. Understand it clearly. What are the various versions are provided by Sun Microsystems? Can know. All right, so now JDK 1.0 version, their language introduction they provided here. After that, Next minor versions are what there 1.1. Next one is what there JDK 1.2. They are the namesake versions only, but again JDK 1.2 is a milestone version, major version. Huge number of chances are available there. Then after that JDK 1.3 is namesake. After that JDK 1.4 is namesake. Then after that JDK 1.5 is what there again major version. Understand it here. Versions wise I'm telling there. After that JDK 1.6 namesake and JDK 1.7 namesake. Then after that again JDK 1.8 version is again major version. Observe carefully. After that JDK 1.9 is a totally failure version. Totally failure. All features of that 1.9 is a waste. Just simply they copied features from other programming languages, especially from Python. By the time Python is getting somewhat demand. Understand my point clear? Now here itself we have to understand from 1.6 to 1.7 there which organization has taken the responsibility of this total Java Oracle Corporation. Up to this 1.6 version Java was maintained by Sun Microsystems. Understand my point clearly? Okay, JDK 1.9 is a failure version. JDK 1.10 is okay, nominal, some features are available. But right from this 1.10 version onwards, okay, fine. Next one is what there. After that, JDK 1.11 version is available. This version onwards, up to this version, up to JDK 10, yearly wise they have released Java programming language. But from this point onwards, 6 months once, new version of the Java. They want to prepare it. For every 6 months of time, they want to prepare a new version of the Java. Understand it clearly. Now, from this particular point onwards, and one more point I'm telling there, here Java is what they're licensed from this particular version. But for corporate users only, not for the individual development, not for teaching, not in the point of study, not in the point of students. It's a freeware only. But in the corporate users, inside the companies, the Java is what they're licensed one. Understand it clearly. They are the changes here. Then after that, what next one here no? After completion of this, I think so that we can take as a major version here no. Next one is what there JDK 1.12 is a namesake version here. JDK 1.13 is a namesake version. Next milestone version is what there 1.14. This is the next major version here. Understand it clearly. After that, JDK 1.15 is a namesake. Next one is what there. JDK 1.16 is also a namesake, and JDK 1.17 again major version. Huge number of changes are available. Again, this is a major version. After this now, then what next one here after this? Now JDK 1.18 version namesake. JDK 1.19 is namesake, and JDK 1.20 is also namesake. As per my awareness, up to that I know that. But 21st version I have to check whether it is a milestone version or namesake version, that I have to check now. But these are the major versions and these are the minor versions what Java has given clearly. At present 21st version is available, but I didn't aware about it much about the 21st version. That's why I'm not including that. But up to 20th version I'm sure about it. Then the latest major version is what there 17th version only. Nowadays companies are using 17th version. Slowly every company is migrating from 1.8 version to directly 17th version of the Java. Understand it clearly now, right sir? Now this is somewhat background story about Java programming language. Totally this background story is complete. Java history only one time only we have to understand that we completed clearly. Tomorrow onwards we are not going to talk about it clearly. All right, so the next one is the technical concepts here we are going to start. The next one is what there differences between Java and others. Differences between Java and others. That we have to understand clearly. Where sir? Others in the sense like what there? Majorly we are going to put focus on what there? C and C++. What are the major differences that are available that we have to understand? One by one, clearly we are going to understand it clearly now. Right sir? This part I want to start on tomorrow. Tomorrow onwards we will start this particular content guys. Okay? Right sir. That's all for today. We'll meet on tomorrow. Thank you. Thanks a lot. మర్చిపోయాను ఏదో మాట్లాడాలన్నారు.